Hi, I'm Rachel Watkins, Director of Operations at United Way of Central Kentucky. Today we're here to talk to one of our agency partners, the Salvation Army, led by Major Chris Streck. He's going to tell us about the Salvation Army mission and a summer camp they offer here in the region. So let's hand it over to Andrea and she will take it from here. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Rachel. Like Rachel said, today we are joined with Major Chris Streck with the Salvation Army, local branch. Tell us a little bit about Salvation Army. We have something in common. United Way, Salvation Army, they're staples in community. And a lot of times people are just like, yeah, I've heard the name, but they've never really taken the time to understand what it is that we do.
Exactly. A lot of people, when they think Salvation Army, they really think Christmas time, right? Mm-hmm. It's really a synonymous time, like the bells outside of Walmart or Kroger, or they think the angel tree, right? It's really that's where we're out focus. But we do those things. The reason we do those things, the reason we ring the bells and we help people at Christmas and collect the money, is so that we can help people year round, so we can help families here in Hardeman County year round. And the way we take that approach is that we don't want to just, when we meet with a family, we don't want to just assist them just that one time. If we really want to make a change in people's lives, it has to be more than just a single contact every 6 to 12 months. We need to find how can we take a full approach to someone and how can we really help them get out of generational poverty. And so that's why we help with utility assistance, rent assistance, deposits for both of those. And another great thing that we do to help those families is also our summer overnight camp that we have.
Yes, I can't wait to delve into that. It's called Camp Paradise Valley.
Yes, Camp Paradise Valley.
Tell us a little bit about that, please.
The Salvation Army acquired Camp Paradise Valley in 1972. It's right on the banks of Dale Hollow Lake outside of Burkesville, Kentucky. And it is in a hollow. It really is a hollow. I'm not from Kentucky. And so when I was like, is a hollow a real thing? I've heard about it, right? No, it's a hollow. You go down into the hollow and there is a beautiful lake and our camp sits right on that lake. And it's a great facility that's kind of secluded away from like the busyness of maybe of the city and the busyness of things. And every time I'm down there, you can just feel like kind of the stress lift as you go down the hill into the valley.
I bet. Could you tell us a little bit about, criteria? Who is eligible to be able to be a part of this?
Absolutely. So our main goal is to try to provide an exciting and memorable time for children to come to camp, right? A camp invokes those memories. I know we talked about before that you went to camp and you have those memories as well.
So many, yeah.
And we want to provide those for children. So really the requirements are you have to be a child and you have to live in Hardeman County, right? You have to live in the area. The cost of that is absolutely free. We provide it absolutely free of charge to the families so that, because we think it's that important to provide that experience for children and families here in the area.
And so anybody can.
Absolutely. So we have 2 different camps that we'll run. We have a camp that will start June 24th, and that will run for that week. And that's for ages 7 to 12 years old. And then a couple weeks later, starting July 8th, we have a teen camp for ages 13 to 17 if you're still in high school. Yeah. Just to give that opportunity to both demographics, because programming for a 7-year-old is completely different than a 16-year-old.
I am sure.
Yeah.
So what are some activities that you guys do with the children, especially things that allow them to develop their independence and have that wonderful experience?
One of the great things about camp is that it kind of puts them in an environment where they're learning life skills and social skills. They're learning how to meet new people and how to interact with people that not only that they've never met before, but might not even look like them. And so it puts them in that situation where they can learn social skills and coping skills whenever they're probably feeling tired or stressed. It helps them because we have our counselors that walk alongside of them and help them through maybe some difficult issues that they have. But there's plenty of fun to do as well. We've got, when they come to camp, they'll choose a track a specialized kind of class that they want to take every single day. And that class can be from a sporting competition to a craft, or I think this year we're even doing like a create your own board game to kind of, because we also understand that each child is completely different. Not every child is be outside and play basketball all the time. There are that really like that cognitive thinking, that likes to do puzzles and try to figure that out. And we respect that, and we want to provide something for every child, every kind of child as well, and what their interests are. All the way to, I mean, like I said, we sit on Dale Hollow Lake, which is one of the largest man-made lakes in the whole United States. It's a beautiful lake. It's one of the clearest ones. We have a double-decker pontoon boat that goes out there.
That's so
and I'm telling
cool.
you, they'll go out on it, and it has a slide on the back of it. It has a spot where they can jump off the second story of the pontoon boat. And that's one of the exciting things that I'll see is like, they'll hear about it and they'll hear about, oh, last year, I jumped off it. And you'll see a kid that's really scared, like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. And then I'll see them 2 days later and they're like, guess what, Major Chris? I jumped off the top of the boat. And I'm like, way to go. Because I would never do it. I'm scared to do it. But it's helping them learn how to deal with fears, right? And follow through. And you really can see like the whole cabin that's cheering on a child that may be scared or alone or afraid. It's really a good environment for them to build social skills, to build just friendships that are going to last a lifetime.
I bet.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that the way you described it, especially with overcoming fears, and I mean, because kids are challenged every day. We're challenged every day, and so I think it's a wonderful tool, as you said, to kind of create a positive atmosphere for them to experience that and still be protected. Obviously.
Yeah, for sure. Some studies have shown that the current generation right now of young children could possibly be the most depressed generation. And it's because of the isolation that they're feeling. They're feeling alone. They're feeling that they're not part of something bigger. And what I see every year when I go to camp is children breaking out of their shell. We truly believe that camp changes the lives of children. They make them more aware of what they're capable of doing. It makes them more confident in themselves. It makes them more confident because it's such a positive atmosphere from the counselors and the leaders that are there that instill that into the whole cabin atmosphere that's rooting for it, because it's their tribe, it's their clan for that week, right? Yeah. I'm part of cabin 3, right? And they come up with chants that say, cabin 3 is the best, and yours smells like boogies, right? Like they come up with these to kind of tease each other because there's that pride in it, and it builds the camaraderie, it builds confidence in children as they're part of it.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that you guys offer it to anybody.
Absolutely.
Because, there are barriers, and we experience that every day with people, when you're helping with rent and utilities and stuff. We have financial barriers, especially in this day and age.
Absolutely.
And so to just offer that for anybody, I think is really wonderful and beneficial.
It's another touch point that we can have with the families, right? When school's out of session, that's another meal now that families have to provide for their children. If they have multiple children, that's multiple meals over the course of the summer. And already, when our county's about 50% of us are living paycheck to paycheck, that is a hurt, and it's going to put a financial hurt on families here in Hardin County. So this is one way we can relieve that just a little bit to not only, yes, provide these memorable experiences for the children, but it's helping the family. The parents can know and be comfortable and confident that they're in a safe place for the week where they're provided multiple meals for the day, multiple snacks for the day. I remember one of the first times that I was working at camp, and we just finished an activity, probably dodgeball, and we're off somewhere, and the young boy said, where are we off to next? And I go, well, we're off to go eat. He's like, already again? Right? And that's slightly humorous, but it's also a little sad to know, like, we're providing those meals that they probably wouldn't have had back at home. And so it's helping them mentally, it's helping them physically, it's helping them in their education to prevent learning loss during the summer. And it's also helping them spiritually to come closer to, we believe, becoming closer to God and coming closer to the world and humanity around them.
I love that. You said, you mentioned that it's available to people in Kentucky, but it's also statewide.
Absolutely.
And it also encompasses other counties that, United Way covers and that you cover. And so I think that's important,
Absolutely.
for people to know is that it's statewide.
Yeah, if you're not in Hardin County and you're seeing this, you can definitely give us a call and I can connect you with the local Salvation Army because that opportunity is available for everyone here in Kentucky as well. Yeah.
Before we end it, I did want to ask, you were talking about kind of your history with Salvation Army. It's even with your parents, it starts there. Could you kind of tell me a little bit about what drew you? What was the pull to go to Salvation Army? Yeah,
so like I mentioned beforehand, my parents were part of the Salvation Army. So I grew up being involved and actively seeing how important it is for someone, let's just put it someone, to come alongside someone else and help them through a difficult time. I've seen lives change growing up as a young person, as a teenager. I've seen someone who's come into my parents' office completely lost and alone and then thriving several years later. And when I got after I graduated college and I was working in, I guess, quote unquote, the real world, I felt the things that I was doing wasn't making an impact on my neighbor, the person next to me, right? Yeah, I could sell retail, I could sell different things, or I could work in the office. But I know with working with the Salvation Army that I'm engaging with people and I'm just that other person that's walking alongside someone else when someone needs a hand. And that's important to me because I think the number one thing that we need is that we need community as we work together. So many times when someone is in a rough situation, the number one thing that gets to them is that feeling of isolation, that feeling that I am all alone in this, that no one else is feeling this way, that I'm the only person, and if I say anything to anyone else, then I'm going to be judged and looked down upon. And that's an awful feeling to have. And so we want to be that person that really inputs ourselves in people's lives and say, no, you've got this. So yeah, it's the confidence of the children, but we want to put confidence into the parents too, that yes, you have the ability to do this. It may look rough now, but tomorrow is going to be better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm so grateful for you to, come and talk to us and to do the podcast. Yes. Just for listeners, a huge barrier, and I know you can agree, is childcare. Mm-hmm. That is a major barrier in our region, but also statewide and countrywide. And so we want to make sure that people have all the information possible of alternatives, just like your summer camp. And so for anybody that is struggling with being able to provide care for your children throughout the summer, it's a wonderful, alternative. Yeah. We will be posting on our social media more information about Camp Paradise Valley. And if you don't mind, give us a follow, share our videos, tell people about us and Salvation Army, because I think that we work together so well and we have, we just want to help the community.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you for this chance of being able to talk about something that I love and I know other people will as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys. I hope you have a great day.